Today I'm at the Talpa in LA getting the inspiration I need for homemade crispy tacos.
My husband's family and my family were all Bruins, and every single time there's a UCLA basketball game that we go to the Talpa first. I'm pretty sure that if we don't eat the Talpa's crispy tacos before every UCLA basketball game, the Bruins will not win. So this is very important food right here. I am so excited about this. Did you hear that? Did you hear how crunchy that was? Oh, it's so good. This is the machaca taco. This isn't a taco shell you get from a box. This is something that's made by hand, fresh, and it's fried immediately. There's a little bit of crispy lettuce, shredded cheese, a wedge of tomato on top. It is so ridiculously delicious. It's puffy, it's greasy, it's insanely good, and I cannot wait to make these at home. That's kind of dangerous, honestly. This is information that means a lot of tacos in your future. Let's get started on our marinade. So we're making a machaca. It has this really amazing savory flavor, a lot of really great spices, really juicy, really rich, perfect for taco filling. So the first ingredient going in is a teaspoon of guajillo chili. It's not spicy, it just has a really wonderful kind of smokiness to it, earthiness, it's so good. Teaspoon of cumin. Teaspoon of ancho chili powder. Same thing, it's chili, but without it being very spicy. Dried oregano, garlic powder, dried thyme, and then a half cup of vegetable oil, a quarter cup of Worcestershire sauce for a really wonderful savory flavor, and then 2 limes juiced. The limes are really important here. They're gonna actually help break down the meat, so it's gonna really make everything super tender and really delicious. Oh, it smells so good already. It also makes me wanna make a margarita. Whisk everything together. Perfect, that looks great. So next I'm gonna add the meat. So this is 2.5 pounds of chuck, which is my favorite piece of beef. It's so delicious, it has tons of flavor, and it's really, really great for slow cooking. So we're gonna really cook this slowly until it's perfectly tender and perfect for taco filling. Just gonna put some plastic wrap on top. You wanna let this marinate for as long as you can because the lime juice is really gonna help break everything down. And then into the fridge it goes. We'll see this guy when he's marinated. The beef is marinated, it looks amazing. So we're gonna first add some oil to our Dutch oven. So I'm adding enough oil to kind of heavily coat the bottom, and I'm gonna let it come up to temperature. I'm gonna drain the beef as I put it in. I'm just going to lift it up and just let the liquid that's in it drip off. In it goes. So the big thing here is gonna be not overcrowding the pan. You wanna brown the meat, you don't wanna steam the meat. So I'm just gonna do probably 2 or maybe 3 batches of this to make sure everything gets really nice and brown. We want crispy brown edges that are gonna add so much flavor. So I'm gonna add the rest of the beef back in, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So this is what's gonna make us braise the meat. Braising is one of those ways that you guarantee juicy meat every single time. So in goes 1 14-ounce can of tomatoes, about 2.5 cups of water. There we go, it got quiet now, right? Some cumin, some thyme, little oregano, and then some hot sauce. You can do as much hot sauce as you want. If you really want a lot of heat, go for it. And you don't have to worry about stirring it now because as it bubbles and simmers, everything's gonna mix together. Lid's going on. This guy's gonna cook for about 2 hours until it's fork tender, which means I can pull apart the meat with forks. I'm gonna shred up the meat and then we're gonna cook it even more. So this is gonna make sure that the meat is nice and juicy and that we have a really great sauce. So I'm just adding a little bit of salt right now and just a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna let this simmer with the lid off for about an hour, and you wanna stir it every now and then just to make sure it's not getting burnt on the bottom. But once it looks really concentrated and the meat has kind of soaked up all those juices, that's when you know it's done. Time to taste. That is so good, oh my gosh. As it cooked down, it gets more and more intense. So it really just is almost like adding an exclamation point to it. So I'm gonna set this aside, and then I need to get my oil heated up because we're gonna start deep frying some tacos. I've heated the oil, it's up to 350. I'm going to take a warm tortilla and fill it with about 3 tablespoons of the machaca beef. So now I'm just gonna fold it up like a taco, and I'm gonna use probably 2 toothpicks. If you've ever pinned something while sewing, it's the exact same idea. This is where my 4th grade sewing class skills are really coming back to shine. What this does is it just means everything's gonna stay neat and tidy. You don't have to worry about the meat kind of exploding out of it. So I'm gonna dip this in, and I don't wanna overload the frying pan, so I'm just gonna do 2 at a time. So you just want to rotate it. It's about 2 to 3 minutes per side. So you just want to make sure each side gets nice and evenly golden brown. Oh, wow. So I'm going to drain them here, and then we're going to fry off the rest of them. I've let them cool down a little bit, so I'm gonna start loading them up. So first things first is you remove the toothpicks. This is the coldest one, so I will start here. Toothpick out. I'm just gonna barely open it, fill it up with some shredded lettuce, a wedge of tomato, and then just a mountain of cheese. Should I give it a bite? I think I should give it a bite. It's in my hand, it smells really great, and it's still super duper hot. All right, here we go. This was so good. Oh my gosh. It's crunchy, but the meat is super juicy. That is crave-worthy. All right, well, I'm just gonna finish this now. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. To see more videos like this one, click here. To subscribe to Food Network's YouTube channel, click here. And please comment below, like the video if you like it. We love hearing from you. See you next time.